How do you teach yourself a new skill? How do you get better at something? Anything. What does it take to pick up a skill or learn something new? If self-development seems like a challenge to you, then you have come at the right place. Today we're going to talk about how we can teach ourselves something new and not just be okay with it, but how do we get good at it, or even better, how do we get great at it? And oh yeah, let's not forget about the Dunning-Kruger Effect. Let's talk about it. Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Raja Roy, and in this channel we talk about self-improvement, productivity and growth. Today's topic is competence, phases of learning something, phases of developing a skill set. Let's discuss about the 4 phases that you will need to learn to go from a total noob and developing your skill and becoming an expert. And stick to the end, and I'll share with you the key secrets of how you can transition between each of these phases and go on to the next one quicker. Alright, this is the beginning, folks. You try your hand at something and it works. Right away, you start getting results. You're confident, you get cocky, you think you've figured it out. How come no one else have been able to crack the code yet? You start feeling above everyone else. In a sense, you are experiencing the Dunning-Kruger Effect. In 1999, David Dunning and Joseph Kruger published their findings, which later came to be known as the Dunning-Kruger Effect. The Dunning-Kruger Effect is a cognitive bias whereby the people with low ability, expertise or experience tend to overestimate their ability or knowledge. This is the stage where you will have the most fun. Oh, it's a lot of fun. Also sometimes known as beginner's luck phase. Unfortunately, it is also the stage where you're going to get hit by a truck. You are in unconscious incompetence stage. In a nutshell, you are bad and you don't even know it, you are bad.
Ouch.
For example, making YouTube video. The unconscious incompetence stage is, how hard can it be? I'll make a few videos, one of them will go viral, and I'll get hundreds of followers, thousands of followers, and I'll maximize them with all sorts of optimization tricks. And then when you get hit by a truck, you're like, oh, this shit is complicated. You realize you have an idea. Now you have to storyboard it, script it, screenplay, set design, think about video quality, think of audio quality, deconstruct editing, figure out what music you need to use. And once all of that is done, you need to figure out search engine optimization. You need to figure out what thumbnail you're going to use, what marketing strategy you're going to use. All of these are layers of that proverbial onion. You know what you need to improve. You can see the entire scope of learning that skill. You, my friend, have now reached level 2, conscious incompetence. You are still bad, but the good news is you know you're bad. Now you know what you need to improve to gather this knowledge and gain this skill. Quick plug, if this is helping you in any way, please like the video. It goes a long way in making this information available to others who are looking for it. Alright, so now you can see the entire process. You need to start that journey. So now starts the arduous journey of learning a skill, building up your knowledge base. Initially, start small, pick up the basics, and then you go down rabbit holes. Then you come back up and quickly realize, oops, too deep. There's no need to get this complicated. I barely know how this works. Then you get better at it and you start to put all of this together. It's a lot of effort and a lot of experimentation, but things slowly start to fall in place. Even after seeing a video or reading a book or learning what not to do, you still need to go ahead and make that mistake, do it. And only then you will learn that, okay, this didn't work for me. You learn from that mistake and you build on it. You start to get good, you start putting together stretches of nice output, but it takes a lot of effort. And there, you have reached stage 3. At this point, you have reached conscious competence. At this stage, it takes a lot of effort from you, but you can produce some damn good results. You continue on this journey to get better. You pick up a skill here, a nuance there, and slowly, without paying a lot of attention, things start to fall in place. Over the stage of weeks and months, you start to really get good at it. You start intuitively doing things that gets you good results. It's like a reflex, a gut feel of what to do next. This stage is a dream stage to reach. Only in a few things in life you will be able to get to this stage. You, my friend, now have reached unconscious competence. This is where you have taken performance and turned it into an art form. People look at you, what you are doing, and start realizing, wow, that's magical. I don't know how this person did it. So there it is, folks, the 4 stages. You start as a noob, understand the process, the entire process. You get to stage 2. From there, you really start developing one skill after another and you get better at it. And that's where with a lot of effort, you can produce some really good results. That's stage 3. And then it starts to become ingrained in you. It's like a gut feel. You can do things without even thinking. It's like a reflex for you. And that's when you have reached stage 4. As I promised, let me share with you some of these secrets which will help you to transition between each of these stages. And how do you do it? How do you get to that next stage? Let's talk about it. From stage 1 to stage 2, which is unconscious incompetence, to conscious incompetence, it's all about focusing on the process. It's to understand what the big picture is. It's to understand what it takes, what are the parts of developing this entire skill set. Do not focus on results, no outcomes. Not about comparing yourself with how good I was last week. None of that. Just focus on the process and try to understand the process fully. Doing this alone will take you from being a total noob that thought I knew it all, and to this second stage where you understand, okay, it's a long journey, all of these pieces I have to pick up, but if I do, I can really learn this skill. And this also will help you avoid the Dunning-Kruger effect, where you are totally overjudging your abilities and your capabilities of doing or what you're capable of. Now here in stage 2, when you are aware that all the things that you need to pick up, that's when you start this journey of learning one skill at a time. This is all about focusing on the process and learning that process end to end. Look at the skill, look at all the different processes you need to pick up and learn each of those processes end to end. One of the YouTubers I look up to, Ali Abdal, has a quote which I really love here, and it really applies here well. He says, get going, get good, get smart. I totally agree with that, and it applies here the most. When you are starting to learn each and every of these processes, just get going, just get to learn these processes. Along the way, you are going to pick up and start getting good at learning these processes. And from there on, you can really eliminate the things that you are taking you in different directions and get smart about it. But the get going part is the hardest. So get going on those processes as you learn each step of that process or that skill. So now comes this final stage where with a lot of effort, you can really be good. But now, how do you move from this conscious competence stage to unconscious competence stage? You're an expert. People look up to you. People know that you are kind of the authority on how to do this stuff. And please note, not in everything you need to reach this stage. You can be in conscious competence stage where you are with a lot of effort, you're producing good results, and that's okay. It's totally fine in many different parts of your lives. But for the ones you want to get there, you want to become an expert, you want to get to that level 4, it's all about repetition. It's all about practice. It's all about locked-in mindset. Use the 1% rule. Just get a little better every day, and slowly the snowball effect will take place. And things will automatically trigger where you are seeing some exponential results because all the learnings are starting to add up and you are starting to put them all together and apply them to that skill set. That's how you can go from just being really good to being great at something. And at this point, you'll start to see things naturally tend to happen for you. You just naturally pick the right answers or take the right path. You just intuitively know what the next step is. And you reach this level of perfect harmony where your performance is at such a high level that it looks magical for others. It feels like you are an artist. In athlete terms, what they call is you are in the zone. Anything you want to learn, any skill you want to pick up, most likely will go through these 4 stages. Some cases you may not start at level 1, you are knowledgeable enough to be in level 2 already. Just moving for some things from level 2 to level 3 gives you such a leg up. But having this framework in mind will help you along the way. Where are you now and where do you need to go? And again, just remember, sometimes just being good at something is okay. You don't need to apply all the 4 stages for every skill that you're going after. Also know that greatness is no coincidence. It comes from a lot of repetition, lot of experimentation, lot of practice. The people who are great at something, or even for yourself, the things that you are great at, just look back and think how many times you have failed at those attempts and how much you have learned from them. The people who are great at something, they have failed the most and they have learned and improved and got there. I'll share a personal experience. For the longest time, I wanted to teach myself chess. I mean, I knew chess. I knew the basic rules. I was good enough to kind of put up some fight. I was about a 1500 ELO player. So about a year and 3 months ago, I really started going after it and started to see if I can really push the needle and get better at picking up chess. So when I started, because I had the knowledge, I was somewhere between unconscious incompetence and conscious incompetence, where I knew kind of what I didn't know, I need to learn, but I didn't know the entire process. And I would hear and look at videos of how to learn, how to get better, but it would just not register. Like, how do you actually implement it in your day-to-day? I really didn't understand that for the longest time. But every game that I have lost badly is the one I learned from the most. That's the game that propelled my knowledge the most. That's the game that helped me know that I should never do that again. That was a terrible disaster, terrible idea. That's how I got better. But once I lost miserably, I immediately opened that line up, understood what it took. Why did I fail miserably? Because that was the unknown. I had no idea how to play that line in chess. And the best part of learning this way is you are improving the one thing that you were really bad at. So your weakest link in that skill set is what you're improving. So you can imagine if you're improving your weakest link, your entire knowledge of that skill set just gets a level up boost. So again, playing for like good 15 months and learning from each of these mistakes, I have lost so many games. But over this time, slowly but surely, my lows every time I had a bad run was higher lows. And at this point, again, a long way to go, but I have moved into the 1750 to 1850 range of ELO. That's like 250 to 300 point movement over the last 1.5 years. That is massive for me. Again, it took a lot of effort, but it's a process and I understand what I didn't know, what I was really bad at, and improved those pieces. And that alone has helped my game and made it improve so much more. So now I feel with a lot of effort, I can be pretty decent at playing this game. So I myself consider myself now in conscious competence stage. Now, I'm probably at the very start of the conscious competence stage. So my goal going forward is try to see if I can get to 2000 ELO. That would be a big achievement for me personally. And again, no time frame, just a mindset of keep improving from here. Where I am the weakest, which are the games I am losing terribly. Use those to learn and get better, and hoping that alone will keep improving my game and help me to get to 2000. And this goes for any skill you're trying to pick up. You go through these 4 stages of processes and you will see that you can pick up almost any skill that you put your mind behind it. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out. It was a lot of fun talking about all these stages of skill and development. I hope I was able to get you some clarity on how to pick up a skill. Now, if you have tried any of this and you have your own experience to share, please comment below. I read every comment and I would love to hear from you. Also, if you want to know how you can get more productive and you can get things done more consistently, check out this link here and watch this video. I use this app and this has helped me consistently focus on my priority items and getting things done. Alright friends, if you like the information I shared in this video, please like and subscribe. It goes a long way in making this information available to others who are looking for it. Until next time, keep improving.